The important note is when it's your MOD shift is the only time you're going to be logging into Avaya 1X Communicator. So if you're only MOD a couple hours, a couple days of the week, you don't have to worry about Avaya 1X Communicator any other time. Before you log in for your MOD shift into the Avaya 1X Communicator, you need to make sure you have logged out of your Avaya 1X agent. They both cannot be working at the same time. In the event you stay logged in, in the event you are logged into Avaya 1X agent and you go to log into the communicator, you're going to get a connection recovery message. So that will be an indicator to you that you need to exit out of your Avaya 1X agent. But if you did the download, and I'm going to share my screen with everybody now. If you did the download and you look on your desktop, you're going to have a Avaya 1X Communicator. Everybody see that okay?
Yep.
Thank you. And to log in, all you're going to have to do is launch it. But if you have downloaded already, if you can go to your Start menu for me, under your Avaya folder, you are going to also see it there, Avaya 1X Communicator. With your download, you should also see there Avaya 1X Communicator Fix. You're not going to see it on my screen, but you should be able to see it in Avaya 1X Communicator Fix. And you're also going to see an Avaya 1X Communicator Guide. Mine was installed first, so I didn't get any of those cool things. I'm sorry. But I'm going to go through that guide too as well while we're on the phone. If you're going to follow along with me, that's okay. Just remember that if you're not MOD right now and you log into Avaya 1X Communicator, that you will be live as an MOD. And we're going to talk about what that could mean if more than one person's logged in at a time. But I'm going to launch mine first. So do I have a combination of Wilkesboro, Indy, and Albuquerque on the line right now?
Yes.
Yeah, Albuquerque Senior.
Okay. Let me log out of mine first. Sorry, so we get to the login screen. When you launch your Avaya 1X Communicator for the first time, it may take a couple seconds to load. And then it's going to bring up a screen. It's not going to have your extension or password in it the first time you log in. But if you, as you're logging in, your extension is going to be whatever your desk extension is today. So like mine is 675-1281. That's exclusive to me. Every one of your desk extensions is tied to a specific MOD line. If you're in Albuquerque, based on the building that you're in. If you're in Indy, it's based on your line of business. And if you are in Wilkesboro, we have not validated what that's going to look like for you guys yet in terms of how you are tied to it. So you're going to want to check with your leadership group.
She's not scheduled today.
Oops, hold on just a second. I'm going to make sure that I mute everybody just for this second. All right. So you're going to put in your extension, and then your password, if you're in Albuquerque, is going to be 639-639. If you are in Indianapolis, it's going to be 463-9500. And if you're in Wilkesboro, it will be the 837-8324. So the default Avaya passwords that you guys have been given as we've been setting up associates to go home, that will be your password. And then once you click on login, it's going to launch and it's going to open up like this. Anything that we're talking about is going to be on that guide that you guys can find through your Start menu under the Avaya folder. So this is that guide I was talking about. And again, it walks you through everything I just walked you through when you get in. The only difference is going to be when you get to this password dynamic. The passwords are going to be specific to what I just gave you. Make sense? So if you go to log in and you encounter an error that says no server address has been programmed, enter a server address and try to log in again. You're going to click OK on that message, and then the little gear in the upper right-hand corner on your login screen, you're going to select that and you're going to exit. And then if you go back to your start menu under the Avaya folder, you're going to click on that Avaya 1X Communicator Fix. Once you click on that, a box is going to pop up on the window. It'll only be up there for a few seconds, and then it will go away and it will automatically launch the communicator for you again. And it will have saved whatever credentials you put in at the start. And then you just go ahead and click on login. When that happens, you may see a message that says, you're attempting to log into an extension that's associated with another station. Would you like to override that association? This message is likely going to be typical unless you're the first MOD of the day, because someone else is already logged in to MOD. So it's okay if you see this a couple minutes as you're logging in to prepare for your MOD. And you're just going to say yes. By saying yes, you're only overriding it to your physical workstation. You're not overriding it for the whole application. So it is okay to say yes. But this guide literally walks you through everything you're going to encounter that you see in there. And then this is what it looks like when you launch. So I'm going to go back to my screen. You guys can see that document, right, that I'm walking through? No, yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. All right. So now we're back on my desktop. Whoops. Thank you for answering in the chat too. I appreciate that so much. So this is what you're going to see when you first log in. This is exactly what it's going to look like. The great thing about Avaya 1X Communicator is every icon is going to explain to you exactly what it can do. So if you hover over it, this one is a voicemail indicator, and we don't have to worry about that because that's not going to exist, but just know what that is, and it's normal to see it there. Okay, I don't want anybody to panic. But when I first launched mine, I had my dial pad open. Your dial pad's going to open, and whatever favorite buttons you have saved in Avaya 1X Agent are what will appear here, in addition to the ABR program, and that's really just how we set up Avaya 1X Communicator. But the most important thing for you guys to know is how to answer the call if you need to transfer it somewhere. So we're going to walk through those things so you can see the icons. But you'll be able to see a call log, and this will just show you like any calls that have come in since you've been logged in. And then a contact, you can create a contact list. However, we're only using this specific for your MOD shift, so I'm not sure that you need to create a contact list, but just know it's an option out here, just so you know what all the icons do. And then this little gear is your menu, and you won't have to worry about this until your MOD shift is over. You can minimize this, but it's important to remember that if you minimize it and the phone rings, it's not going to pop up for you. You actually have to select it when you hear it ringing so that you can answer the phone. Okay. This will also tell you exactly how you make your call out. So up here it said enter name and number. So this is where you can make an outbound call. This icon will tell you place call, so you can put the number in here. You're going to place your call. This is a redial button, and then your dial pad. If you don't want to see that when you're MOD, you don't have to see that. I just have mine out here. I'm going to click on contacts again, so that will go away. But whatever you select, like contacts, you saw I selected it, and it expanded the window, and when I selected it again, it closed the window. But if we were to, I'm just going to make a call out so you guys can see the icons that appear, whether you're making a call or a call is coming in. And you can see the different options that become available right up here. So that call is coming in. I have the ability To mute myself if I want to look something up or if I'm asking somebody else a question. I have the ability to put the caller on hold. Once I select this hold icon, all my other options go away, and the timer that is timing the hold is in red. The only option I have is to unhold the call. If I need to transfer this call somewhere, if I select that, it's going to pop up a window and ask me where I want to transfer the call to. By using this transfer function, it will be a blind transfer. And then to end the call, or to hang up, you would just hit the red phone. If I need to conference this person in with another party, I'm going to put in the number here. So from Avaya 1X Communicator, you can conference that way just by clicking, again, the conference button. Primarily when I'm taking MOD calls in our environment, like I'm getting inbound, maybe I'm calling workforce, but I don't necessarily have to be transferring calls anywhere, but just want to make sure that you guys know how to do those things. Any questions so far? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hang up, and you'll see, like, call is gone. Perfect. Thank you guys for replying in the chat. I appreciate that. So at the end of your MOD shift, it's going to be important that you log out of Communicator. If you don't, it means that you're going to be logged into MOD all day and your phone's going to be ringing all day. So if you don't mind a ringing phone, you can stay logged in, and I imagine most of us don't want to listen to the MOD line ring all day. So when you're done with your MOD shift, you're just going to go up to this little gear, you're going to log out, and it's going to bring you back to your login window. I strongly suggest that you exit the application because it does leave your credentials up here and log in. And if you are navigating through a couple different screens while you're working, it's going to be easy to hit that login button. So I would recommend that you exit, and that's when it tells you the communicator is shutting down. Did you all see that message flash up? And then that's it. Then you can log back into Avaya 1X agent and you're good. Now, when you're logged out of Avaya 1X agent, when you're MOD, your desk phone calls are still going to come into your desk. Can everybody see the PDF I've got up in front of you now? Okay. This walks you through everything I just showed you, what the icons are, how they work, how to place a call, how to hold the call, how to transfer a call, how to hang up, how to conference, and then how to log out. So that document that they have out there really walks you through everything we've just done. And again, the most important thing is make sure you have logged out of it by the end of your shift. The other thing that will happen is if you haven't and your phone rings, MOD phone rings, if you pick it up and someone else is actually the MOD, you may actually be hearing them take an MOD call. So don't think that that's unusual. If it's not your MOD time and you stayed logged in and you went and picked it up, since someone else is actually answering those calls, they won't be able to hear you, but you will be able to hear that call. So that's how you're going to know they're taken care of. So then you can hang up and then log out of your communicator and you're good to go. Does that make sense? I know it was an awful lot of information in a very short period of time. If you are in Albuquerque and Indianapolis, you've been assigned a mentor already. So any questions that you have related to that, or if there are funny things going on with the call flow, please make sure that you're reaching out to either me or in those chats so that we can get it looked at right away. We discovered some of those things as Albuquerque was transitioning over. So I just want to make sure that everything's running the way that it should. Also, if you find that you are getting calls in Albuquerque under the 8201 number,